In episode number 280, we covered the 2018 Broscars because they chose wrong once again. So
Always.
This year, we're going to make it right. We're going to give you the true winners right ahead of that other rewards show.
We also have updates on the Doomsday Clock delays. Did we expect them? Yes. Are they appreciated? Hell no.
We also have the details on one of the biggest comics probably in the last 10 years. You're going to see people are asking about it already. People that haven't been to comic shops since the death of Superman are going to be buying this issue in multiples. And that is the details on Action Comics number 1000.
All of this and so much more on today's show.
Hello and welcome to the Reasons I'm Broke podcast, bringing you the reasons we're broke each week, ranging from comics, movies, TV, video games, and so much more. I am Daniel.
And I am Kelly.
For any new listeners, the way the breakdown works is we're going to go through some news first. We'll head into our Patreon shoutouts, and normally we do a comic book highlight, although this week we're going to do the Broscar Awards.
Woo!
The annual, I think it's the second year we've ever done the Broscar Awards.
Yes, second annual Broscar Awards.
And we're going to have that at the very end of the show. It's probably going to be might be the larger portion than the news, because there are some good nominees and some really good movies and actors that we do need to talk about and properly recognize.
Before we get into everything, though, we do want to let you guys know, based off our wonderful success from last year, of course, thanks to our Brokettes, we have completed our registration for the Podcast Awards 2018.
If we had not gotten nominated last year, thanks to the Broquette Corps, I don't know if we would have registered again for 2018.
You would have registered.
Maybe. Or maybe I wouldn't have. But if whatever that balance was, the Broquette Corps came through in droves last year. So because of that, this year I said, yeah, let's go ahead and register and let's go for it again. So we have registered for the 2018 Podcast Awards. Voting begins on July 1st. So we're still about half a year away before the Broquette Corps can once again assemble and just put the voting out there and put us up for nomination.
And make it happen.
But we wanted to let you guys know first that is up on registration and that is going to be happening later on this year. And we will let you guys know about it on Patreon, on Twitter, on Facebook. But we are going for it again, Brokettes.
Before we get into our news, we do have some fun hashtag games for this week. It's been a few. Did we have one last week?
I don't think we had one last week, but this is probably the strongest, the biggest portion that we've ever gotten, the biggest response to the hashtag games.
These hashtag games are a lot of fun. The ones that you picked out, I appreciate them.
Yes. I did good this week.
You did great. So the first one we have is hashtag...
We need the jingle.
I'm sorry. Do I get to do the jingle?
No, the jingle went.
Go
ahead.
Every time. So the first hashtag game we have is hashtag make a movie cheesy.
My entry was Feta Attraction.
Ooh, good job. We have Nicholas from Facebook who said driving Swiss Daisy, Varsity Blue Cheese, The Craft, and Gouda Feathers.
Now, The Craft with a K.
Yes.
So there you go.
As in craft cheese, as in the nasty ass stuff that nobody eats.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. Kyle on Facebook, The Manchego from Uncle, Monster starring Charlize Theron. That might be so far my favorite one.
From Twitter, we have @BrianShaup1 who said Little Munsters.
And that's his first time ever, I think, responding to the hashtag game.
It's because you picked a good one.
I guess I did.
Everybody likes
That's
cheese.
how I know. If Brian actually has an entry for it, I'm like, all right, this was a really good one. I did good. So he had his Little Monsters. At the Read Pile, also on Twitter, the Gouda, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Gouda's a really easy one. I would have said the Gouda Father.
It's not bad. That's not bad, although there is one related to The Godfather in the next hashtag game that we have. Also, Rocketman on Twitter, @Rocketman_131, said Pepper Jack Reacher.
Pepper Jack is one of your favorite cheeses.
It is.
Fun
I love
fact. We have @SpoonSandwich, who said Parmesan Story of a Murder.
Perfume. Story of a Murder. That's not bad.
I've never heard of that.
Make a movie cheesy. Final one, @Cuban Slim, Munsters Inc.
Aw, that one's great.
I especially like that because that's my favorite Pixar movie. So I would absolutely watch Monsters, Inc.
Munster is also another one of your favorite cheeses.
It is. It really is.
I consider myself a cheese connoisseur. I do enjoy cheese quite a bit.
What is your favorite type of cheese?
Oh, damn it. I don't know. I like all types of cheeses. I even like the smelly ones, like blue cheese. I do enjoy a good blue cheese sometimes. Soft cheeses, goat cheese is really good. Oh, goat cheese is so good.
So as long as it's not spicy, really.
I don't like spicy things. No.
We had another hashtag game also. Hashtag podcast a movie or show. And mine was the obvious, The Podfather.
Ha 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 ha. Oh, Danny, how clever.
It's even better now because you've actually seen the movie. You saw it this week.
I did see The Godfather.
For the first time.
And then I spent all night dreaming of people getting shot up.
They do get shot a lot
I know.
in that.
And that's what I dreamed of all night. And I wasn't even like scared for it. I was just sitting there go, they deserve it. Whatever.
Before we continue the hashtag games, my mom used to make fun of, because there's older Mexican movies that I grew up on, and back then there was, I think, 2 or 3 Mexican channels when I was a kid. And on one of them, I believe it was Telemundo, they used to have on Sundays like the really low budget Mexican shoot-off movies. Mm-hmm. And on those, someone would get shot with a revolver, or even like with a revolver 18 times somehow without reloading, like poof, and the guy's like, you know, he's just every bullet. Then he keeps coming forward and he's still getting shot like he's the fucking Terminator.
Yep.
And in the Godfather, in the Podfather actually, when the Godfather himself gets shot, it's one of those moments where if you were to see a movie now, like one bullet will kill you. I mean, that's real life. But in that one, he gets shot like 4 times and he's like, and he makes it through. Whereas when the younger brother gets shot later on in the movie, when Sonny gets shot, he gets blown away, but with like the same type of bullets, like 18. But by bullet 16, he's still like
writhing on the ground. Yep. Well, now you see good acting and not so good acting.
I guess so.
So we do have a bunch of submissions for this one too. So thanks, guys. First one comes from Joshua J on Facebook, who said, "The Lord of the Podcasters."
I would watch that. I would definitely watch it. We would have to make some kind of panel, some kind of voting system to have which podcasters would go on this journey.
To destroy, what are they destroying?
They're I guess, radio. Live radio.
Live radio.
Going the way of the dinosaur.
You have to find something that's corrupting people, and then that's what they destroy.
Would it be net neutrality?
Yeah,
like,
there you go.
Is that a threat right there?
You go. You and you're just friends. You're just friends, but you and your friend.
Oh yeah. We play that at the shop because it's now on Netflix. I don't know if you guys know the first Lord of the Rings.
The Fellowship of the Ring.
Fellowship of the Ring. And I know they say the title at one point, and I haven't seen it since I was in high school. And yeah, I'm like, yeah, Samwise and Frodo are partners.
No, friends.
They're partners.
They're just friends. They both end up getting married and having kids with
it's a
women.
Love story.
with women.
Is that what happens in the third one? They have kids and get married? And
No, yeah, I just know that. I had a friend who was super obsessed with all those and read all the books, so I knew everything. My favorite character, fun fact, they left my favorite character out of the Lord of the Rings movies. It was Tom Bombadil.
Is that another elf or dwarf, whatever they are?
I don't know. He was just some man or something. And he came skipping into the scene, bare ass naked, singing a little song, and then he skips right out like 6 pages later. And that's the end of Tom Bombadil. That's all I remember about Tom Bombadil. And I was like, where the fuck is this guy in the movie? Never there.
Nope, never see him.
Should have been. Hopefully
Probably
in the next
would have
one.
improved it.
Hopefully in the reboot, we'll have naked ass Tom Bombadil.
Also, Kyle on Facebook had some entries to hashtag podcast a movie or show, the 99% Invisible Man.
Fat Man on Batman versus Superman.
And This American Psycho Life. Another one I would absolutely watch. Love American Psycho.
We have another one from Facebook. Excuse me if I pronounce your name incorrectly. Amir? Imri?
I don't know. Imri?
Pod Fiction. That's a great one, too. After Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Love it.
Jordan B. on Facebook, he submitted a ton of them, and I threatened everyone and said, I'm going to include and I'm going to read all of these on the podcast.
You get to read every single one of these.
And he says, okay, so there's still time to submit them? I was like, submit it. It was a challenge then, and he put up a wall of text and submissions to hashtag podcast, a movie or TV show. And as I promised, I am going to read every single one of them.
All right.
Stop me if I need to. Jackie Chan's first podcast.
Sounds great.
From Podcast with Love.
Cool.
The Living Podcast.
All right.
Live and Let Podcast.
Okay.
That's actually a good podcast name right there. If that's not taken yet. Podcast of Fire.
Okay.
Podcast of Glory. Debbie Does Podcast. Podcast Quest. The Podcast That Knew Too Little. Robin Hood Men in Podcasts. Step Podcasts. Tropic Podcast. Muppet Podcast Island.
I love that one.
The Great Podcast Detective. Yet another good premise right there. I would watch that movie.
I love this one.
Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Podcast. Terminator 2 Podcast Day. Yes. I'd watch that. Dun, 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 dun. Crouching Tiger Hidden Podcast. The Podcast Redemption. Fistful of Podcast. Das Podcast. Medea's Family Podcast.
Yes!
I would also listen to that every single day if they published it. And Podcast Royale.
That was too many. It could be Podcast of the Caribbean. I always fall back on pirates.
You do.
That's my go-to. Pan's Podcast.
So thank you all so much for submitting all of these entries to this week's hashtag game. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/thereasonsimBroke, or on Twitter @reasonsimBroke to participate in the hashtag games, and we'll read your entry here on the show.
The Lego Podcast movie.
There you go.
Would you watch that one?
That was pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
That wasn't easy.
It was too easy. I like the cheesy ones better. So jumping right into our news, we do have the 2017 Diamond Gem Awards highlights. These are the retailer awards.
So to anyone not familiar with Diamond, they are the distributor that comic shops go through to get their comic books. So anytime you get a previews catalog, that's Diamond's catalog, and that's where readers and shops go through and look through every single month to order their product. And once a year, they do the retailer awards. So each shop has the chance to vote towards their favorite best publisher of the year. It's normally based on sales. It's not necessarily quality of story unless the category actually calls for it. But most of the time, it is all based on sales for the year. And retailers will vote for the books that sold the most and made them the most money. And that's kind of how the Gem Awards go. Very different than the Eisners, very different than the Breisners, which are coming this year. We haven't forgotten. But these are the highlights for what retailers voted in each category. So, for example, Comic Publisher of the Year, retailers voted for DC Comics.
Well, duh.
Dark Knight's Metal, they're killing it with that, and Doomsday Clock, both that 1-2 combo, sold extremely well for them in 2017, and probably kept several stores afloat on those two alone.
We also have Comic Publisher of the Year under 3% distribution, so can't include the big ones. We have Aftershock Comics.
Which we're reading Monster Mechanica from them.
Yes, that's a really good one too.
A Backlist Publisher of the Year, so back issues, making them available to retailers, is also DC Comics.
We also have Top Dollar Share Publisher, which is Marvel Comics.
So that is essentially the most money made from their comics, and obviously these are more expensive. They bring out the occasional $9.99 Spider-Man or Deadpool issue.
They
and
make
all
you purchase 200% to get something.
Exactly.
Sorry, continue.
So naturally, they are going to win top dollar. Backlist Publisher, though, real quick, DC does keep their books in print longer than Marvel. So that's why retailers do like DC, because we can get the sold out issues quicker than waiting for Marvel to do a second or a third printing.
Toy Manufacturer of the Year went to, we all guessed it, Funko.
Funko Pop, the Beanie Babies of the 2010s.
But they'll be worth money someday.
Yeah.
I used to have, speaking of Beanie Babies, I used to have Twigs the giraffe, and his eyes were crooked.
That's probably a rare one. You can probably sell that for $5
He's gone.
today.
He's in the trash can somewhere.
So you lost out on $5.
I did lose out on $5.
Comic Book of the Year under $3.99. Retailers voted for Batman number 24. You'll probably agree with this one. It is obviously from DC Comics. It's the big proposal issue.
Yes, and it was so good. It was everything I've ever dreamed of.
I did expect retailers to vote for Dark Knight's Metal number 1 because that one did outsell Batman number 24. But I think they went with the fact that not only was it an issue that speculators probably came out for, but also that readers really enjoyed. Batman Annual would have been another good entry, although that might have been this year, Batman Annual number 2. That's the one with the first encounter between Batman and Catwoman, and also their last encounter as the story wraps up.
Why'd you remind me of that?
That'll probably come up as an Eisner.
Or a Breisner.
Definitely.
Woo! We also have Comic Book of the Year over $3.99. This one went to Doomsday Clock #1 from DC Comics.
Well, that answers my question right there.
There you
Dark
go.
Knight's Metal was over $3.99. If you're going to give it to one, it went to Doomsday Clock, which is a much larger event and a bigger deal than Dark Knight's Metal.
Mm-hmm. We also have Best New Comic Series. This goes to Redneck from Image Comics.
I still haven't read that series, but from what I understand, it is a group of vampires in the South, and that's kind of where it all begins.
Is there a love story?
I don't know if there's a love story.
I
That's
live
all I
off
know.
vampire love stories. Why haven't I read this?
I don't think it's that kind. I think Brian might be buying it, so he can tell you on Twitter.
All right, get on this. I need to hear about this redneck vampire love story.
It's a love story now forever.
All vampire stories are love stories, please.
Best all ages series, and I definitely agree with this one, goes to IDW Publishing for DuckTales.
Woo!
Issue number 1 sold out. Issue number 1 second print sold out. I sold out of issue number 2. 3 and 4 are also doing extremely well. A lot of people threw it on their subscription, and I know some of that went to nostalgia, but the fact that they came back and sold out on the sequenced issues says that the quality of the comic is actually pretty decent.
But you also have the TV show going on, so kids are all over that too, because now you have the new DuckTale TV show with the same opening with the woo dun, dun, na, 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 here in Duckburg. Na, 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 na. I'm gonna find an excuse to sing on every podcast. The world needs to hear my terrible voice.
Best all ages graphic novel, also to DC Comics, DC Superhero Girls Volume 4.
That's awesome. We also have Licensed Comic of the Year. This goes to Star Wars: The Screaming Citadel from Marvel Comics.
There you go. There's one for Marvel right there.
Yeah, there's one.
2 with the best, dollar share, but that I like that issue too. It did sell very well, so I do like that book. Licensed trade hardcover of the year, Batman TMNT Volume 1. That was a partnership between DC Comics and IDW.
And it was so cool. Great run if you haven't read it. We also have original comic novel of the year. This goes to Wonder Woman Earth 1 from DC Comics.
Grant Morrison. You like him, don't you? Yeah, I didn't read that one.
He's there.
I know Yannick Paquette, I believe, did the interiors for it, and that wasn't enough for me to try it. Manga of the year, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess Volume 1 from Viz Media.
No Dragon Ball Super on there.
Yeah, if it wasn't one, it was going to be the other, I think, or My Hero Academia.
I don't know what that is. Is that a love story too?
There might be.
Most mangas are love stories.
There probably is.
All right, well then bring it on over. Why are you skimping on all these love stories?
I will bring you My Hero Academics next time. That's what I've been calling it
And
now.
Redneck Vampire Love Stories.
Yes, that's right.
Cool. Thanks. And finally, we have Collectible Statue of the Year. It is DC Designer Series Joker by Brian Boland from DC Collectibles.
Last year from our shop, we sold 2, and we reordered. So this is our 3rd one that we've had to order. It is a beautiful statue. The price is generally $250. It depends on each shop. It is, I believe, 8 to 9 inches tall. Very well detailed. He's holding the camera. It is gorgeous. It is that recreation
I know
of
which
the cover.
one you're talking about now. Oh, yeah, that one's real nice.
It's beautiful.
Now, do keep in mind, guys, these are just Diamond Gem Awards. They are not the Breisners. They are not the end-all, be-all. Even though they had a lot of DC, they came close. Real close. But we still have to wait for the Breisners. Those will be coming later in the year.
Continuing along with the news, Sega's Sonic the Hedgehog will be returning to comic shelves on April 4th with an all-new number 1 from IDW.
The book will launch as a weekly series up until issue number 4 with a rotation of artists, but the writer will remain the same with Ian Flynn.
Ian previously worked on Sonic Universe, so it is the same creative team somewhat to the previous comic book. So if you were subscribed to the Sonic the Hedgehog book, you should be okay in this, but there's no indication here that the story that they did have before the move from Archie is going to continue in this. This does look like a refresh or a restart of the series.
Was the series good previously?
When I was a kid and a teenager reading it, I did enjoy it, and I know a lot of readers did stay on it, but not enough for Archie to renew the license with Sega. I know it did get a little bit convoluted with the different characters that they had, the different mix-ups with the other Sega characters, but it wasn't exactly a top seller like Adventure Time, My Little Pony, or any of the other competing all-ages titles.
Was he in a romance with Amy, or did she just have a thing for him?
I think that's what it was. In the comics, when I was reading it, it was the kind of chipmunk look Sally. It was Sally.
But Sonic doesn't have a whole lot of choices for hedgehog women. Like,
That's true.
really, Sonic? And then, wasn't Knuckles with Rouge the Bat?
According to the video game, yeah, and they might have continued it.
They had some pretty suggestive stuff going on. Me
They
as
did.
like a 12-year-old was like, woo, they're flirting. What is this?
That bat has boobs.
She had some really big boobs. She flaunted them.
They knew
openly.
how they were animating
Did
it.
Eggman ever have a woman?
No way. Never once.
That's the problem. He just needed to get some, and then he would have been fine.
How do you know it's a woman? How do you know he doesn't need a man? How do you know he's even...
No, that's why I said he just needs to get some.
How do you know he wants to get some? It's 2018,
It
Kelli.
doesn't matter if he wants, he needs to.
It's not a part of our news, but there was actually something that did come up. And it's a little bit controversial, but I think as readers of the material, we should comment on it. But there was a small petition that came up, and then it might be a large one by now, but it was in the news for a day. So that'll tell you. But there was a petition to make Joker gay again, because according to this particular person, the recent comics have not indicated that Joker is gay for anything or anyone or Batman. And their evidence was The Dark Knight Returns, because in that he calls him darling and love, and he's constantly referring to them as a relationship. And there's that symbolism of the tunnel of love. And because of that, they're saying that DC has instead shunned this large gay character and not made him into what he evolved into, and that there were even some gay indications before The Dark Knight. Now, as readers of Batman, as fans of the animated series, which is the prime Batman everything, like, yeah, there's definitely an obsession between the Joker and Batman, but I never saw Joker as one who even felt sexual towards even Harley Quinn or even Batman. It's more of an obsession of the mind, I think, of the character.
Yes.
What's your view on it?
No, I have never viewed Joker as a gay character. Yes, Joker has an obsession and a love for Batman, but I don't believe that it's a sexual one. There's many different iterations of love, and the one that Joker has for Batman is he's crazy. It's,
Crazy for Batman.
Yeah, it's an obsession. I feel that he does feel sexually for Harley, but that's a very back burner kind of thing for him in relation to everything else. That being said, I do like how stories are created and can be written so that people can interpret them many different ways, as seen in this instance.
I agree with most people in saying that the Joker, to me, never had a sexual preference. It always seemed like his one focus has always just been murder, mayhem, planned out plans against the Batman. And that is it. That I've never felt like he could ever even get hard. Like, I never even saw that. I could never imagine him.
He had a wife back in the day.
If you're going by Killing Joke, of course. But since then, he went through this transformation, right? Just like Batman did. Just like a lot of these characters in the Batman universe did, which are a reflection of Bruce Wayne. So with the Joker, I never once could see him like actually having sex with anyone. In All-Star Batman and Robin, there's a scene there. The first time you see the Joker in that Frank Miller run, he is with a prostitute after they had sex. You see him like buttoning up his jeans. And that was one thing that I was always like, I don't read that. The other thing too is with even the Killing Joke, which we loved. We liked the animated adaptation, but we really liked the original graphic novel. There was that indication of him taking pictures of Barbara Gordon naked after she had been shot. And it's very disturbing, and some people have taken that as he raped her too, and I never saw that as something that he did. I always just saw that the pictures alone would be enough to Gordon of her in anguish, and that's what he tried to do to make him go insane. I never saw him like, yeah, he fucked her. Like, that was never something that I read into the character of the Joker, and I think that base instinct of him never needing sexual gratification makes him even scarier, because he that is a distraction to him.
I love that people interpret different things from different characters. That's where we get great stories from. This is where we get great fan fiction from. So it's cool that people see him as that. And yeah, if they ever came out one day and said, yeah, the Joker is gay for Batman, cool. Like, so Superman, whatever.
And Dr. Manhattan.
Yes. Everyone is.
Yeah, really.
Whatever.
I'm willing to say, my Joker, Batman the Animated Series Joker, and the ones that I've read, he has never even fucked Harley Quinn. would that be crazy if one day you read it in the comics, like, we've never actually had sex, if Harley Quinn ever said that? Like, that would also make sense to her constantly trying to...
Right. It wouldn't surprise me if she said that, but I don't see that as being the case.
Okay, so your Joker has messed around after the fact. After the accident that turned them into the Joker.
Joker has fucked Harley Quinn, yes. Yes, that is what I am saying.
All right, I don't know.
Weird
I guess that's where
dingle.
we disagree. Is it Bleach, though?
All the rest of them is, so...
Maybe.
Maybe. Like, how weird would that be? Just his hands and his feet and his, like, face, and then, but not his dingle. I'm very confused.
It would be unpredictable which the Joker is.
He'd be like, ah!
He doesn't come in white, he comes in black.
That's so weird.
It's the Joker, Kelly. If you're gonna accept him having sex, you gotta accept his black cum.
Is that when, like, afterwards it's like, the joke's on you? Gross.
I had to talk about that.
I think
it's a silly petition. Yeah, he's not gay to me. He's not straight to me.
He's just the Joker to you.
He's just the Joker to me. So moving into comics here, with the April 2018 solicitations, DC Comics has announced that Trinity will be ending with issue number 22.
The series originally started with writer/artist Francis Manipool, but has since moved through various creative teams.
That's when we had subscribed. It was when Francis Manipool had been doing the work, and we praised the first issue because it looked gorgeous and it set up a great story. And then it faltered because of the delays. They put in a different team. They did what they promised. Dan DiDio said, if you don't keep up the work, we're going to replace you with someone who can. And that's what they ended up doing with Trinity, and that ended up changing the creative team completely. Now, because of that, it didn't have a consistent message, and sales suffered because of it, and now the book is being canceled. So there's really no winning. One thing we're going to talk about later does deal with the delays. What is your view on comics that don't meet up with the date? Should they replace the creative team with someone who can? And if they do, something like Trinity happens, but that does not mean that that's going to happen each time.
Right. It's a win-lose situation. When you delay a book, you have a lot of people who fall off. You have people who don't remember what happened in the last one. You have people who can't keep up. And when you switch the creative team, you run the risk of them not being able to tell the story or not finish the story, and then you lose people that way anyway. So it's, a catch-22. You could win, you can lose either way. It's a big gamble. You would hope and trust that when they do replace someone, that they're replacing them with a team that they feel can uphold the story, that can keep going with what they have. Obviously, they know their writers and artists better than we do. At the end of the day, and I don't know, I'm not in the comic book business. I understand how difficult and how strenuous all this is on them. But at the same day, if your job and your deadline is get this out at this time and you're not doing it, as a manager in a different work location, yes, I would replace the person. If you can't keep up with the work that I've asked you to do, unfortunately, I have to go with somebody else to get this work done, because at the end of the day, it's your job, regardless of how talented you are.
Especially with time-sensitive issues like comic books, where people are expecting them sometimes every 2 weeks. And in this case, with a monthly issue, it wasn't enough to keep up with it. I think you have the best chance at replacing an artist over a writer. If the script is done, then you can have different artists rotate in. And now that's still a risk, because a lot of readers will notice that and say, hey, this isn't Dustin Nguyen anymore. Or someone like, what if the sender suddenly changed their artwork? Like, that would be pretty jarring to us.
They can't do that.
In a book like that, it's like, yeah, we're buying it for the art more than the story. But then something like what we're going to talk about later, say Doomsday Clock, if Jeff has the script completely done, and I'm not saying he does or doesn't, I haven't asked him. Like, I know we're following each other on Twitter, and I'm going to keep saying that until he stops.
He's going to stop just because you're saying that, but then he'd have to listen to our podcast.
That's
right. So that's a win for us, too.
So then, yeah, I'd be like, he once listened to our show. And
then he followed me. Stopped following me on Twitter.
As listened to by Jeff Johns. That would be a part of the logo forever. I don't know why we don't have as followed by.
we would announce it in the beginning, like, welcome to the Reasons I Broke podcast, which was once listened to by...
I don't even know where I was going, but yeah, Trinity is ending. Sales haven't exactly been the strongest, so it's one of those that I'm not going to miss it as it's gone.
So like you were just mentioning, with delays, following a planned and unplanned back-to-back monthly break, Doomsday Clock will be moving to bi-monthly schedule, starting with issue number 5 in May.
So bi-monthly, as we talked to Peter Cimenti before in Alternate Comics, can mean one of two things, either twice a month or every other month. In this case, it is unfortunately an every other month release for Doomsday Clock.
We do have a quote here from Gary Frank, who tweeted, quote, "Sorry, it was always foreseen that there would be a break between 4 and 5, but no one wants to miss shipping or have to cut back on complexity. I'm hoping that we can use this to get enough cushion to switch back to monthly at some point," end quote.
And Jeff Johns tweeted, quote, "A huge thank you for your patience with Gary Frank and I. We're shifting Doomsday Clock to bi-monthly. I know how disappointing that is, truly. We are trying to do our best with 32 pages an issue, and going down to 20 pages a month was not an option for us. We hope we'll go back to monthly at some point, but bi-monthly is guaranteed. We'd rather tell you when it's coming out than just be late. Again, thank you to the readers and retailers and apologies. I hope we're delivering a story that's worth your time, money, and patience," end quote.
Following this announcement, DC also delayed Doomsday Clock number 4 to March 28th.
And this was to fit it into that bi-monthly schedule, so now they're starting with Doomsday Clock number 4, which is the next issue, as number 3 just released this past Wednesday.
So this means that the final issue of Doomsday Clock will release in July of 2019.
Boom. July 2019 for Doomsday Clock to wrap up your thoughts as a reader and a fan of this story so far.
I am really enjoying this story. If you haven't read it, read it right now. Just stop this podcast and go.
If you liked Watchmen.
If you like Watchmen, yes. It is a great story. I'm really sad that they're moving to bi-monthly, again, because I think they will lose some readers because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Me as, who I was before, but also as a mom now, I don't remember what happened last week. So I always have to remind myself what happened in a book before I read another one, because it's very difficult for me to keep up with and remember what happened. And it's going to be that way for a lot of people switching to a bi-monthly. On the flip side, I'm glad that they realize that this was a better option than just saying, oh, we don't know when it's going to come out. It's just delayed. And for them to be able to keep up the momentum, to keep the great story that they're going on, yes, I would rather that happen. And July 2019, that feels like we're getting a whole lot of story. I understand it's the same amount of story, but for me to think for the next year and a half, I'm going to get the opportunity once a month, once every other month, to go and pick up this book and continue this story. That seems like a pretty good deal to me.
Now, you were just saying that you as a manager would fire Gary Frank, because it is Gary Frank that can't keep up with the story. Would you replace him on Doomsday Clock in this case, since Jeff Johns has the story, for the most part, probably done?
Yeah, but Gary Frank's drawing's so good.
You just said that. It doesn't matter the big name or the quality.
It doesn't. It's true. It's true. Yes, me as a manager, I probably would replace him. But obviously, they picked out this team. This is also different because you're trying to emulate the original Watchmen story.
Right.
So you want people to be able to read Watchmen, go right into Doomsday Clock, and not feel like they've missed anything. And with his art, yes, you get that. I feel it from his art.
The reason... Okay, yeah, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Oh, I can be finished with just that.
The reason Gary Frank hasn't been fired is because Jeff Johns is a boss of sorts and said, my book is not getting canceled or shifted, or no one's going to fuck with it. This is what I'm deciding.
Did he tweet that to you in a private
He may or may not have DM'd this to me. I will not confirm or deny one way or another. You guys can draw the conclusions. I'll leave that up to you and the media to run with that.
From the Reasons I Broke podcast, he may or may not have tweeted him.
God damn it, Latino Review.
Is that who's listening to our podcast?
They're the ones who would take something ridiculous like that.
Do I need to talk in Spanish for them?
No, you really don't. There's no Spanish on that website except for their last names. It's one of those weird things because Superman Red Son, for example, that was, I believe, 4 issues long. Mm-hmm. And that was by Mark Millar, who's doing very well for himself, especially after Netflix bought up most of his properties, including Reborn.
Millar World.
Exactly right. And with Superman Red Son, it was the first 2 issues that we had the original artist intended, and he couldn't keep up, so they actually replaced him. Mm-hmm. And the new artist tried to emulate the same style, and To me, it didn't suffer as I read Superman Red Sun. In that case, it worked out well. They kept their schedule. I'm assuming there might have been a month delay between 2 and 3, but they tried to actually finish the story. They said, we're going to replace you. I'm sorry. And they had a new artist come on. And sure, the art was a little bit better from the first 2 issues, but the story, again, is so fucking strong that it does not suffer from that change. And in the trade paperback, most readers won't realize that there is a change. Now with Doomsday Clock and Gary Frank, maybe they could get an artist that can emulate that same style and continue that look of Watchmen. But what Jeff's mentality here is, we're trying to make a story that is going to be, that we're going to sell as a trade and a hardcover till the end of time. We want to make a story that is, for the next year and a half until July, sales might dip because of that delay and people are going to drop off. But we're going to have this product at the end, this trade, this hardcover, that we know we can say this is 100% of what we wanted to do, and here it is.
And that's exactly what Jeff does. He plans his whole story and he looks at the bigger picture, and that's why he is where he is. So yes, I think it's a good move. Again, like I said, this is a different situation than some of the other books because they've had this plan, because they're trying to emulate something else. And you were exactly right. They will sell this until the end of time.
Now here's where I'm against this, where I am frustrated by this delay and by these changes. One, as a retailer, I'm going to have these subscriptions probably cut in half. By people that by issue 8 will be like, the story's still going. It's going to be The Dark Knight Returns, I think. That one was delayed at one point. And it's like, Bobby actually had the right idea, and he waited till all 8 issues, I believe it was, released. And then he said, I'm going to read them all, Dark Knight 3, back to back. And if that's how you read better, if you are like Kelli, who doesn't remember exactly what happened in the last issue, I do not blame you if you want to wait till 2019 of July and read all 12 issues back to back, because it probably does read better as a consecutive read. Right. And for 3 issues in, we can say, yeah, this is going to read way better like that. So that's probably the approach you should take. But retailers are going to suffer because of this. Sales are going to dip because of this. Readers' interest is going to go down. But the biggest thing is Jeff Johns did say that the outcome of Doomsday Clock is going to alter the DC universe moving forward, which should have been at the end of this year. So between December and July of next year, are we going to get shit stories that are just to delay the change that happens with Doomsday Clock 12?
Here's what I hope happens. Like he said, they're hoping to get enough of a cushion to bring it back to monthly. So maybe we have a 6-8 month span where it's bi-monthly, and then maybe they build enough of that cushion that they can bring it all back.
And then so now they're going to be shifting again. What happens to the rest of the universe? What happens to the rest of the writers and people that are writing Batman, Batgirl, and every other DC book that is in the DC Rebirth universe? Like, there's going to be some messy shuffling when this story wraps up.
Yes, but if you want the real answers, I think you should message your buddy Jeff. Ask him what's going down.
Of course I can do that, but it's more fun to speculate with all of you. You guys don't just want the answer. You guys don't want to know what happens.
Please,
you do.
Of course. I like spoiling things for myself.
If I were to tell you now what happens in Doomsday Clock number 12, you wouldn't read everything between. So you would
I would too.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying everyone else.
That's fine. I know what happens at the end of Dragon Ball Super. Am I still watching the show? Yes.
What happens at the... No, don't spoil it.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you about all the arcs leading up to... But, yes, it sucks. And you are not the only one who is disgruntled by all of this. Which brings us to this week's Nerd Rage Reaction!
We haven't done the Nerd Rage Reaction in a long time.
We haven't.
So, to anyone unfamiliar, it is a funny quote or comment that we picked up on Bleeding Cool or Newsarama, Twitter, Facebook, that we found humorous or funny or nonsensical. We will not tell you what the username is. You can try to find them yourself. But this is this week's Nerd Rage Reaction for this story. That's
it. I'm done with this book. And since this book will lead into the future of DC, I guess I'm done with DC.
End quote.
I would love to see these people in their relationships, like with significant others. Oh, honey, this chicken's kind of dry. That's it. I guess I'm done with chicken. And since I made it dry, I'm done cooking too.
There was actually a response to this person, and they said, histrionic meltdown much?
We also had another one who said, yeah, I guess I'm in that kind of mood today.
So he kind of redeemed himself a bit. I think he was like, yeah, maybe I overreacted. He's going to keep reading DC.
Of course he is.
You're going to be reading Doomsday
He's
Clock.
going to read Doomsday. He's going to read DC. We're all going to read Doomsday and DC.
Especially since the third issue has been as strong as the first two and really continues things as they move. And we're going to actually give you a comic book highlight of the latest Doomsday Clock in episode 281, which is next Sunday.
Continuing on with the comic news, though, Action Comics number 1000 will have 9 open-to-order variants for the 80-page milestone issue.
8 of these 9 variants are going to celebrate the decades of Superman's history. I mean, this is not... No publisher right now has that issue 1000 luxury. Mm-hmm. That is not something that anyone else has, and DC is making a big thing of it by celebrating the legacy, Marvel legacy. Yeah, they're actually, this is real legacy of their biggest character. You might say Batman, but Superman is what started all of this shit. And 8 variants will go through Superman's history and through the decades, all the way to the 2000s, not the 2010s. So the artist for each issue and each decade actually fits the style of that era. So 1930s, for example, is Steve Rude.
We have Michael Cho for the 1940s.
I love Michael Cho. Yes. Dave Gibbons on 1950s.
Michael Allred for 1960s.
Another one of my all-time favorite comic artists. I love it. Jim Steranko, excellent, 1970s.
Joshua Middleton, 1980s.
Another, he's doing a variants for Mera and occasionally Aquaman. Okay. Very, very good. Dan Jurgens for the 90s, and that's very fitting. He was huge in the 90s.
And finally, Lee Bermejo for the 2000s.
Another excellent artist. He did that Joker original graphic novel. I don't know if you remember, where it had that Heath Ledger-y look to it. That's the one where Harley Quinn was a stripper.
You told me about it. I never read it.
It was pretty solid because it was told from the point of view of one of his henchmen, as opposed to Batman or the Joker.
That's really cool.
So Bermejo is very, very good. There's nothing again in the 2010s, so there's going to be 8 variants. If you want to get all of the decades, you can pre-order all of them at your local comic shop. And like they have been doing since Rebirth, none of these are incentive variants. So they're not going to be, you need to order as a comic shop 25 or 50 copies to get 1 copy of the Michael Allred. These are open order. So comic shops are more or less guessing like, okay, what are people going to want?
Right.
So the sooner you tell your shop which variant or which issue you want, the better it is, or the higher chance you have at getting the cover you want.
I think this is a brilliant idea because very few people are just going to buy 1 copy. Very few people are just going to buy 1 variant. You're going to say, oh, like you just mentioned, I love that artist and that one and that one. Oh, I started reading in this decade. I love that art style, or this one or this one. And you're going to buy 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, this is going to be the death of Superman since the death of fucking Superman.
I did want to mention in the very beginning, you said this is going to have people picking it up who haven't picked it up since the death of Superman. Are they going to be really confused now that Superman's back? Like, he just died.
Last time they read it, he was dead. That's true.
Yes. And then now he's back.
They're like, this is when he comes back. It's like, yeah. Boop. It'll be 8:59. The 9th variant, because we said there's 9. The 9th is actually a blank cover variant, which I love collecting.
You do.
You take it to your favorite convention and go to your favorite artist and get a special cover done in their artwork. So I love the blank covers.
You have crap tons of those.
I think I have 5 right now backups.
That's crazy.
So far. And most of them are Harley Quinn. But the thing is, they don't do the blanks often. So when they come out, get them while you can.
This book is listed at $7.99, but it will have no advertisements and releases on April 18th.
$7.99 for Action Comics number 1000. I'm shocked it is not higher.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. They probably could have gone at least $10.
Marvel's previous milestone was for Amazing Spider-Man, which they charged $9.99 for, and that's not even a $1,000 thing. And they've done the same for Deadpool randomly. Like Deadpool 25 a couple years back was $9.99, and it had extra stories, but readers were like, what the fuck, man? Why is this $9.99?
Do they have advertisements in there too?
They did.
This one's ad-free. 80 pages, no ads.
Ad-free, 80 pages.
No Snickers.
Issue 1,000. 8 years of Superman. Non-incentive variants. It is retailer friendly, it is reader friendly, and it is comic book reader friendly because it's going to have a reprinting of the first issue of Superman.
That's awesome.
It's going to have an untold story by the Schusters that's never been in print or maybe once in some trade, but they're calling it the Lost Story because it's not easily found. That's going to be in here. The first Brian Michael Bendis DC work since he last worked for them many, many years ago is going to be in here. A lot of great things are going for issue number 1000. I will tell you straight ahead, if you're one of those Death of Superman buyers and you're buying this simply to flip this in 20 years, you might make $5 in 20 years.
Maybe.
This is not an issue that you invest in to make, to become a millionaire 50 years down the line. That's probably not going to happen again unless we get another Superman type character, which good luck for that happening. Everyone tries to make that character happen.
The only way that you're going to make money from this book is if you spend the next 20 years buying up every copy you can find and burning them.
Exactly right. That's the only way. If you own the only copy of Action Comics number 1000, then you can probably sell it for $1,000.
Because people can read that shit online.
All that effort to burn all those to make it's like you spent 18 years doing this to make $1,000. It's like with inflation, that's probably $800. You could have been working this whole time.
So wait, they quit their job and just went around buying these books?
That's all they did.
For 18 years.
That was their hobby.
Oy.
But it's a great milestone. It's one of those that it's issue 1000. You're living in a time right now where you're seeing the printing of issue 1000. You're going to be there for the new comic book day. And you can remember, I was there when Action Comics number 1000 was on the shelf.
What a time to be alive.
If anything, just for that, it is awesome.
Take a picture of it on the shelf. You can keep that shit.
I should fucking do that. I didn't even think about that. I'm going to take a selfie with the shelf of Action Comics number 1000.
There you go.
It's a good idea.
Do it.
Thank you.
I'm so smart. It's like I'm like an emperor or something. Ruling the world.
How smart is Leo going to be now?
God.
You come up with these ideas
smart.
that I don't come up with.
Yeah. Wait. So are you you have a smart barometer? Like if I come up with things you don't, that means I'm smart?
I was thinking more yin and yang-ish.
Okay.
You
That's sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, our son is already brilliant. 3 months old, he's pulling his binky out of his mouth, putting it back in. God, he's so smart.
I like how every parent thinks their kid is like a genius.
Listen, my kid is
But ours is actually.
and a genius. My kid is both those things. He's very advanced. He tries to talk to me every day.
Yeah.
I change his diapers and he goes, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I know. God, Leo.
Tell me about it.
You're so smart.
Last year, Brocats heard him. Or I'm sorry, last week.
They did. I'm like, last year.
They were there for the ultrasound.
I mean, he was conceived a year ago, so.
They definitely didn't hear that. There was no Wi-Fi available, everyone. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Yes, they did. What did they hear last week?
Remember we were talking about, I think it was Avengers, where he went, and I was like, yeah, you're right, Leo.
Oh, man, he knows.
The new Avengers movie.
You know what? When you need him to take naps, just put on Doctor Strange.
We haven't tried it yet. We've been threatening to do this, and we haven't done it yet.
I know. I mean, I know Magic School Bus works, but Doctor Strange will work too.
So let us know, Brooke. Actually, send us your selfie of Action Comics number 1000 when that does release. That'll be, I believe, I don't have the date here, but I think it's in April.
April 18th.
April 18th? Okay, so I
just said it earlier.
As a reminder, April 18th, as Papa Kelli said earlier.
The one thing I remember this week is that it's April 18th.
I'm definitely getting the Michael Cho variant. I'm going to get the Michael Allred variant. Yes. Joshua Middleton, definitely. I'll probably pass on Dan Jurgens. Lee Bermejo, I will get.
Are you going to get the blank cover?
I will. Yeah, I'm probably going to get 2 of those because I love, I don't have enough Superman artwork, so I'll probably get a couple of those. Steve Rude from the 1930s alone, just that early era Superman. It's going to be one of those things where it's like, well, I'm already getting 5 of them. I might as well complete the set and get all 8.
And then maybe you can make $10 off the set if you sell all of them together.
Yeah, if I sell the blank cover that I get some artwork on, maybe I can
make $10.
So that was actually our final news story for the week before we go into our Breisner Awards. Woo! I'm sorry, Broscars Awards.
Yes.
First, we have our Patreon shout-outs of the week.
We have 3 shout-outs this week because our patrons have been amazing and they just keep piling on and continue with that support. Our first shout-out goes out to Kat. On Instagram is @Main Street Cat.
Kat recently picked up all of the Saga trades.
Yes.
Your favorite comic?
Isn't there like a giant book of amazing?
A compendium.
Yes.
That's what you're thinking of. So they haven't done a compendium yet because there aren't enough issues in the series to...
How many more do they need?
Normally they do them at 50 issues. They might be at just enough for 50. I think 50 is about to come out. So they're going to be doing a compendium for that. I'm assuming if they were smart, they'd do it. What they did instead is a super hardcover.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which I believe combines 3 trades into one. And it looks fine, but me as a reader, I would be more of a fan of the compendium. So Invincible, for example, they have the compendiums, which we sell every now and again. And it Walking Dead too, and it has the first 50 issues and then another 50. For Invincible, they were brilliant. I don't know if this was on purpose, but it's going to fit perfectly with a third compendium as the series is ending now. So with the final issue, people worked it out where it's like that's perfectly exactly 3 compendiums of Invincible that they're going to be able to sell. Like my OCD is like that is yes, that's how you finish a series.
You plan it out to 150 issues.
I like how one compendium can't just have 54 issues. No, it has to be 50.
It has to be 50. So when this Saga compendium comes out, do you feel like being nice to your wife? And
you want the compendium?
Yes.
I'll get you the compendium.
It's my favorite series.
My favorite story, and I tell it all the time to customers, actually, and I told some stories to them about you, but my favorite is the one, they're all great stories. I never speak ill of you. About Saga and how they have that every time the break comes up, I bring up the story of how you were reading the trades. It's like I read the first trade and I said, Kelly might like this. I said, here, read this. They're like, all right, you read it, you loved it, you fell in love with this story. It's your favorite comic right now. Might be of all time. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah.
So you read it and you're like, yes, let's pick this up in single issues. And we did. So from the first trade, we started collecting it from there to the point where you actually have the first issue of Saga, the first printing as well.
CGC.
Exactly right. Yeah, you wanted it, and you never wanted to replace the bag and board. You're like, just slab the thing and be done with it. And it's your favorite book. So from there, then the 6-month break happened, or the 3-month break, whatever it is. And you're like, well, why are they taking a break? And I was like, well, they need to catch up on the artwork so there's no delays. Plus, this gives other people like you a chance to catch up with the trades and then get on the single issues as well. And you were like, but I'm already caught up.
It's all about me. Yes. They're only creating the book for me now. Yes.
You're the Winnie the Pooh of the comic book world. The world revolves around you.
Yes. Don't you know that?
So I love that story, and people always laugh at that.
It's because I'm so funny and charming.
It's a great punchline. Like, well, I'm already caught up, though.
So great job picking up all the Saga trades. I approve. This is Palp approved.
Another Patreon backer, Kyle, on Twitter, at Kyle Inge. He upped his Patreon pledge after he heard about the YouTube news, which actually started a snowball of upped pledges with the Brokehead Core.
This was pretty amazing watching Daniel go through this day where it all happened, and he's like, this happened, now this happened, now this happened.
Like, I was going through it in my head. It's the Brokehead Core, right? You remember Emerald Knights, which came out back when the Green Lantern movie was releasing? And it's exactly like the end of that movie, where Kyle Inge was that first Brokehead Core lantern to, like, shoot off the beam against the greater threat of, like, no more YouTube revenue. And then all these other Brokehead Core members, like, I'm upping my pledge, and I'm upping my pledge. And then Brian Shelp, as I said on Twitter, not to be outdone, upped his pledge to the largest still of the Brokehead. So he was the like Mogo. Exactly right. Exactly like Mogo. Except he bought the Red Lantern version, if I remember correctly, of the Brokehead Core logo. So just like Red Lantern Mogo coming out like, yes, I'm here to help. So the stream of different colors, because that's what the Brokehead Core is. That's what unites them all, is the podcast. Just shooting off. And I'm like, this is exactly what happened with Patreon. And it all started with Kyle Inge first upping his pledge. So he just made a better version of that Green Lantern movie from 7 years ago.
So thank you for that, Kyle. And finally, we have Robin, whose Twitter and Instagram is at Robin Concepts.
He posed with a life-size Morty statue from Rick and Morty.
From Richard and Mortimer.
Morty and Rick, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yes, you got that wrong.
Which is actually what the Brokehead Core voted on for their decal.
Really? Rick and Morty?
Morty and Rick, yeah. Huh. So they're going to get a Pickled Rick decal.
Did I ever tell you I need one of those decals?
You want one of those decals?
Yeah,
I'll get on decalavenue.com, who we want to thank as well.
Yes, thank you. Oh, I love how you work that in there. So I don't think I've told this on the show. Maybe I have, but my boss is obsessed with Rick and Morty.
Along with
obsessed.
most of the U.S.
Yes, but like super obsessed. And he showed me one episode and I laughed. So now he thinks I'm obsessed too and talks to me about it all the time. So I've been out of work for 4 months and I come back and those, what are their names? The blue guys? Remember?
The Meeseeks.
The Meeseeks. And somebody created a sign and it's got Meeseeks all over it. Like all throughout my location. I'm like, the fuck are people putting Meeseeks everywhere? I didn't read the sign. I didn't read the sign. I just saw the Meeseeks and I was like, that's really weird. But
what's Squidward doing?
Squidward doing?
Call him Squidward now. Troll them like that.
Do you guys see the sign with Squidward?
Yes.
Jesus. So anyway, that's my Morty and Rick story.
So thank you so much, Patreon Core, for helping us out with our show. We are, I believe, $7 away, actually, from breaking even on the podcast. So that includes our website fees, which yearly is over $100 to renew. It includes our monthly alphonic and our upload costs for the show. So right now, it's like we're almost breaking even on the podcast. And
because when a heart breaks, no, it don't break even. Sorry.
Soon we will no longer be in the red for since we started. So I don't think we'll ever recoup.
but I think Shark Tank would have a lot to say about us.
Yes, they would.
In this show.
They would not make a deal with us.
You what? Okay. So how far until goal number 3?
I think this is goal 3, so $7.
Okay, $7.
Yeah.
How long until goal number 8?
I don't even have goal 8 up because I think goal 6 or 7 is a second show.
Oh, okay.
On for a second podcast or a second YouTube show. Who knows? So that's still a ways away.
I got some time.
Also, we want to remind everyone to leave us a voicemail if you want to be heard on the podcast. There's a link in the description, but speakpipe.com/thereasonsimBroke. And until February 15th, we're doing another trade paperback giveaway because everyone did up their pledge. So it'll be the latest Batman Beyond volume from DC Rebirth, which is Batman Beyond Volume 2.
No.
Every single Patreon backer, no matter what level you backed us up, or backed us at, will be eligible to win this trade, which is going to be given away on February 15th. Best of luck, everyone.
You don't know if I was singing Batman Beyond or Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's both, isn't it?
It is. Thank
and we also remind everyone before we head into our Broscar Awards that we do have t-shirts up, all new designs, one of them returned, one of them you've never seen before, all new to the storefront on TeePublic. And you can head on over to thereasonsimbroke.com, click on merch, and you will see the different designs. And once you click on whatever picture you'd like, it'll take you to the different colored shirts that you can actually choose from.
We're always so grateful for your Patreon support. But of course, guys, our podcast will always be free. The best thing you can do is talk to us on Twitter, reach out to us, let us know what you like, leave us a review on iTunes, which we hit our 30th.
We're on 31 now.
31.
Yes.
But who left the 30th?
It says Palpa Kelly on
it.
Oh,
shit. Wow, look at that.
The Emperor came forth.
It was like 3 stars, right?
It was 5 because it couldn't be 10. Like, not even the Emperor. I don't know how, or is it that the Emperor decided, like, I could leave 10, but I'm going to leave 5. I'm going to leave
5. Because that Kelly's pretty cool on that show, but that Daniel. So yes, leave us a review on iTunes. Let your friends know about us. We do this show for every single one of our brokeheads, so any feedback is always welcome.
With the news out of the way, someone out there, at least one person, I'm sure, because to one person, I'm sure, is the Broscars episode is their favorite of all time.
You?
So,
me?
It's not for me. All the editing I have to do is takes up a lot of time, but.
That's
we do
because
it for all
you don't
of you.
let me sing the jingles. If I could sing the jingles, I would cut your time in half.
I don't know about that.
Look, I'll do it now. Dun 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 dun.
The Olympics.
Those are coming up in February. Are we gonna have the Barimpics?
Every 4 years.
Well, it's coming up in February.
It's true.
The Winter Barimpics.
And she killed herself.
Emperors can't die.
So let's head into our second annual Broscars Awards.
You know it's way cooler than that theme song? My theme song, but whatever. My Barimpics theme. Olympics. I need to do. Okay, I'm sorry. The Broscars, yes, some important things.
So because we needed to do the true Broscar Awards to really recognize movies, actors, and adapted screenplay writers for their work in the industry, because they have once again screwed it up.
They did.
It's politics at work, whatever it may be. Hashtag Me Too, keeping people from being nominated.
Fake news.
Hashtag fake news. Hashtag whatever it is that you had an issue with over the last year. Let's go ahead and use that energy and apply it towards this is why the Broscars need to exist.
Yes.
This is why we need to do this. And we're not gonna fluff it up with a million fucking categories.
Nope.
We're gonna boil this down to what really matters.
Hashtag bringing it to you for reals.
Bring it, in the number 4, because that's the way we roll.
And reels is spelled REELZ.
Disease make it more extreme. That's how we do things. We are professional, and we bring you the best.
We're professional.
Professional.
I'm kind of sad that we didn't get dressed up for these.
We did.
We did?
They can't see us. We got dressed up.
Oh, man. Look at my fancy dress.
It's like in the cartoons, I have that fucking thing, the white thing that goes boom, in the cartoons, that flips up. I never knew what the hell that was. I don't know if that was like a 40s thing.
It's a cummerbund, I think.
I've never heard of fucking I'm brown, Kelly. Like, there's no cummerbuns. What's a fucking cummerbund? Like, do you guys get delivered on those fucking things? Is that something that white people do? Like, you looked at me as if I was crazy for not knowing what a cummerbund was.
It goes in a tuxedo.
I've never ever worn a tuxedo.
You do not wear a tuxedo to your proms or anything?
No. The stuff from the Men's Warehouse is not a true tuxedo.
Oh, man. Actually, I don't think that's called a cummerbund. A cummerbund goes around your waist.
It's called a belt.
No, it's a cummerbund. Oh my goodness. I can't. Oh.
You've died 3 times on this episode.
You almost killed me. That was...
If this were a real award show, people are in the audience like, yeah. They're very patiently waiting.
Yeah.
This is all a part of it.
While I'm in my fancy dress sitting here on the closet floor while we record.
Meanwhile, boom, my cumberbatch flips up.
It's a cummerbund. And that's actually not what it is.
We've got... According to the Emperor, it is. We've got actual jingles. We've got drum rolls just like last year.
Oh, really?
We've got this all.
I don't get to make the drum rolls?
We're doing this profesh, Kelly. So the first category of the 2018 Broscar Awards, it is visual effects, everyone.
And your nominees are... I had to open the envelope.
I should give you paper to actually rip.
You should. You should give me envelopes to open. So, your nominees are Coco, War for the Planet of the Apes, the Lego Batman movie, Kong Skull Island, and Blade Runner 2049.
These do not match to what you may have seen a certain academy do. These are your Broscar nominees, so be sure to tweet at them. Give them a big congratulations, because they can put that on the DVD covers of the book, the 2018 Broscar Award nominees for visual effects. Do you have yours picked out, Papa Kelly? That's something I should say to the Brokehead Core. There may be 2 winners.
Yes.
Because we can do 2. So we are evolving the industry and the awards to 2.
We're making it better.
Sometimes there might be 2. Sometimes there might be 1.
Yes, I think I have mine.
So we will, drum rolls, please. And this time, do you want to start with yours or mine?
You can start with yours.
The Lego Batman movie.
Ooh.
Congratulations. Visual effects for both Palpa Kelly.
I played Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. Congratulations to Blade Runner as well.
Good job, Blade Runner. I really enjoyed the effects. I thought they were very nice. They sound like my grandma. those are very nice.
Before we move on to the next category, quick cut here while I get you your envelopes. I apologize. So now that you have your envelopes, the Lego Batman movie, the reason I gave that Broscar for visual effects is it still looked like, just like the Lego movie, a stop motion picture. They've evolved the technology to the point where they will not give it a full, fucking 100 screens per second, whatever the fuck it is. The gamers know.
Yep.
But they actually slowed it down enough so that it does look like a stop motion picture. If you did not know that it was completely computers, you would think like, wow, they spent a lot of time actually animating these figurines out. And because of that, they have like all the different lighting on the figurines where they have those scratches that Lego toys have, and it still maintained that same quality with Batman and the rest of the licensed characters from Warner Brothers in the Lego Batman movies. So to do that is absolutely an accomplishment.
And the reason I gave Blade Runner my win is there wasn't any point in that movie where I think I really saw something and went, oh yeah, that's CG. Which is what I do with a lot of movies where it's very blatantly obvious. So for example, his hologram girlfriend. I thought she felt very real and there and present, but you could still see things through her, which they did a really good job with because it was blurred just enough that you're looking through something, or as something would pass and the light would hit, she would fade. So things like that are what gave it the win for me. A
lot of people also pointed out to that scene where you have the giant hologram of the woman that is modeled after his robot girlfriend, as he's right near the movie where she bends down and she's looking at him, where that scene even looks absolutely gorgeous with the visual effects. So yeah, they did a fantastic job. None of these are terrible picks, but these are, as picked by the Emperor and I, the best of your 2018 visual effects.
Our next category is Best Animated Feature, and your nominees are The Breadwinner, the Lego Ninjago movie, the Lego Batman movie, Coco, and Ferdinand. And the winner is... the Lego Batman movie.
The Lego Batman movie is fucking correct as well for Darth Vader Daniel. Congratulations, Warner Brothers, once again, for your best animated feature this year. It had the best things that a Batman fan could ask for. Lots of history there. It honored all of the different versions of Batman that we have seen on the big screen, except for Batman the Animated Series, which is the only thing keeping it from being a perfect movie. But it is definitely the best animated movie of your Broscar Awards.
A lot of nods to Batman fans on the history of Batman. I do want to give a special shout out to Coco, though, because that was the only movie that made me cry out of any movie on this list.
Next category for the 2018 Broscar Awards is Supporting Actor.
And your nominees are Doug Jones for The Shape of Water, Tom Hardy for Dunkirk, Javier Bardem, Mother, Lil Rel Howery for Get Out, and Michael Keaton for Spider-Man Homecoming.
I do want to say that this was my most difficult category to choose from.
Okay. And your winner is... Dougie Jones.
Congratulations, Doug Jones. Woo! Your other winner is Lil Rel Howery.
I knew you were going to pick that. I fucking told you in the car you're going to pick him for some line that you've butchered and you find it funny. That is the only reason you picked him. How does the line actually go?
This is why he won.
No. How does the line actually go?
I'm going by what I saw on the screen. The actual line is, ain't no brothers come out that neighborhood.
There you go.
Ain't no brothers come out that suburb.
And how do you quote the
Ain't
line?
no brothers come out that suburb.
He's not in a Medea movie.
But it pretty much turns into one by the end of the movie. And that's why I love it. I called it from the beginning before the fucking trailers came out. And that's what people that have heard this, they're like, what? Why is he so fucking animated about it? The reason it changed is because at first I was like, that guy's fucking funny. When they put that in the trailer, brothers come out that suburb. I was like, oh, that guy is going to be good. He's going to be good in this. And then my friend, my coworker, he was like, yeah, that movie looks really good. I was like, I really want to see it because of ain't no brother ever come out them suburbs. And he's like, yeah, that looks good. And every time we talked about it, I kept saying that, like, ain't no, but I got worse and worse with the animated, like, I kept butchering the line, like, ain't no brother. And it got even, by the end of it, though, at the end of the movie, he does say it, he acts like there's several lines like, oh no, like, he goes all out.
Man.
And I was like, yes, it confirmed the character that I thought he would be. And I loved it. His performance was excellent. The runner-up, my shout-out, is actually Michael Keaton, who probably is my favorite MCU villain so far.
He did do a very good job in that movie.
Although I don't know if it counts as MCU because it's done with Sony. So even, you needed Sony's help to give us an excellent fucking villain. And good job, Michael Keaton, for probably giving us the best Sony villain so far. Your reasoning for Dougie Jones?
Because he's Dougie Jones. He played a water creature, and I believed it. I believed every moment.
He deserves to win a Broscar at some point in his life.
He deserved to win a Broscar for Pan's Labyrinth and probably Hellboy. I don't know. I haven't seen it. And that TV show. He deserved to win a Broscar for that TV show where he played an alien.
And one of the reasons we had to create the Broscars was because he hadn't won one.
Yeah,
because they
didn't
exist.
Wrong.
They weren't around. Yeah. So now congratulations, Doug Jones and Lil Rel Howery for winning why are you laughing? For winning the Broscar Awards for Best Supporting Actor because he made Get Out for me. Brilliant movie.
Uh-huh.
And Dougie Jones not only acted with his body but with his heart.
His heart. Our next category is Supporting Actress.
And your nominees are Daphne Keane for Logan, Michelle Pfeiffer for Mother, Allison Williams for Get Out, Rosario Dawson for the Lego Batman movie, and Octavia Spencer for The Shape of Water.
And your winner is... Octavia Spencer for The Shape of Water.
Congratulations, Octavia Spencer. Your other winner for Best Supporting Actress goes to Michelle Pfeiffer for Mother. Fantastic fucking performance. Everyone did a great job in that. But Michelle Pfeiffer really killed it in Mother.
I didn't see that, so I don't know.
Very disturbing performance. She plays a non-alcoholic that makes you believe she's an alcoholic, but it is very fucked up. Just like the rest of that movie, and just like her performance, which nabbed her first ever Broscar Award.
Octavia Spencer did a fantastic job in Shape of Water as well. I think she had a very difficult challenge because the person she was interacting with couldn't speak to her.
That's fucking true. I didn't even think about that.
She did a great job of acting against that.
That's so fucking good. Yes.
Great for her. Thanks.
Good pick, Kelli. I when you picked her, I was like, okay, but now I'm like, yeah, that's a good one. Good job. I like it.
Thanks.
Next category in the 2018 Broscar Awards, we've got Lead Actor.
Your nominees are Hugh Jackman from Logan, Andy Serkis from War of the Planet of the Apes, James Franco for Disaster Artist, Will Arnett for the Lego Batman movie, and Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out.
Another tough category, Brokehead Core.
Yes.
Another very tough decision for The Emperor and I.
And your winners
Probably winners, yep.
James Franco for The Disaster Artist.
Congratulations, James Franco, for basing your performance off of one of the worst performances on the screen and killing it.
And he did a great job.
Fantastic job on Disaster Artist. Why did you pick James Franco?
Because I believed he was Tommy Wiseau 100%.
Your other winner in Lead Actor.
Woo!
Hand me the card inside the envelope. Thank you.
Okay.
Hugh Jackman for Logan.
Oh, he did a great job too. Made me cry.
Because he fucking deserved the Broscar for The Fountain and he never got one.
Is that your only reason?
Look, there's fucking politics to the other awards show. There's some politics to every awards show. Mm-hmm. But this means something because his performance was amazing in Logan. His performance was even better in The Fountain. And it's a fucking atrocity that he didn't win a Broscar for that performance.
All right.
I believed him as a comic book character, just like you believed James Franco as Tommy Wiseau.
He did great.
Who is a character.
He was perfect. It was perfect.
Congratulations, Hugh and James. I know you're listening to this.
I'm sure they are.
Congrats.
Our next category is Lead Actress. And your nominees are Sally Hawkins from The Shape of Water, Margot Robbie from I, Tonya, Gal Gadot from Wonder Woman, Meryl Streep in The Post, and Jennifer Lawrence in Mother. And your winners are... Sally Hawkins in Shape of Water.
Congratulations, Sally Hawkins played the mute character in The Shape of Water. Probably a great performance based on the fact that that's all she could use was her body, just like Dougie Jones. There's a little pattern here.
It's perfect.
Shape of Water is really cleaning up with you with the Palpa Kelly. Your other winner is Jennifer Lawrence for Mother.
I didn't see Mother, so...
Congratulations, Jen. And you shouldn't see it.
I'm not going to.
It is some of the best performances you'll see of the past year that you cannot watch.
Yep.
That you're not allowed to censored to Palpa Kelly as a mother. So Jennifer Lawrence went through a range of fucking emotions. Uncomfortable, disturbing, everything as a viewer watching this. You're in her shoes, to absolute fucking rage by the end of it. Even more so if you're a fucking parent. And it is desperation and then love, hatred turning into love as there's that churn at the end by her relationship with Javier Bardem. It is beautiful.
It already makes me sad.
Congratulations, Jennifer. Congratulations, Sally.
Great job. Our next category is Adapted Screenplay, and your nominees are Beauty and the Beast, Wonder Woman, The Lego Batman Movie, Disaster Artist, and Logan. I'm going to hand you the envelope. You can start on your side first.
And your winners are... The Lego Batman Movie.
Woo!
Congratulations, Warner Brothers, for adapting Batman and the history of the character into a Lego movie and making it fucking entertaining and excellent.
That was a close runner-up for me, but I'm going to have to go with Wonder Woman.
Another fucking really good movie.
Great movie.
To many, the best of the DCEU. Not to me, but it is very good.
I will say my reasoning for picking this one is... It was a fantastic Wonder Woman story. I felt it kept very true to the comics that they had, of course, her origin. But then you also had so many things that women everywhere could pull from this movie. And there were just so many aspects that I enjoyed of it that I pulled something new from it every single time I went to go see it. And that's, for me, is a sign of a good movie when I can enjoy it multiple times and take something away from it every single time.
3 categories left, Brokehead Core. For the 2018 Broscar Awards, next one is Best Cinematography.
And your nominees are Toby Oliver for Get Out, Dan Laustin from The Shape of Water, Matthew Lebetique from Mother, Hoyt van Hoytema, that's the best name ever, from Dunkirk, and Roger A. Dinkins from Blade Runner 2049. And your winner, maybes, is... Hoyt van Hoytema from Dunkirk. Partially because of his name.
That's a great pick. Dunkirk had so many iconic shots.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might have worked with Nolan, but I'm sure he has worked on him before. Might have even worked on the Dark Knight trilogy. I have no idea. But it definitely looked like the same type of vision to it. And I know a lot of people give credit to directors, but your cinematographer plays a massive, massive part to your success. Your other winner actually is going to go to Matthew Lebetique
for Mother.
And every time I bring up Mother, I talk about the tightness of the shot. And yeah, that goes to Darren Aronofsky, of course, but also to our cinematographer who followed Jennifer Lawrence through this house. It is a subtle, realistic, almost documentary style, just like The Wrestler. If you've seen The Wrestler, another Aronofsky film, there are some very similar shots to that in Mother, in which it is following a character around, except in this case, it has that theme of discomfort throughout the entire picture. So congratulations to Matthew and Hoyt van Hoytema for Best Cinematographers of 2018 Broscar Awards.
His parents knew what they were doing. Our second to last category is Best Director, and your nominees are Christopher Nolan for Dunkirk, Jordan Peele for Get Out, Darren Aronofsky for Mother, which is Daniel's pick already, Patty Jenkins for Wonder Woman, and Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water.
And your winners are, because there's going to be 2 of them.
Daniel's winner is Darren Aronofsky for Mother.
Congratulations, Darren Aronofsky. You should have been winning tons of Broscars by now. I think you won one last time for Noah, if there was a Broscars. If there wasn't, you win one for that too. You win one for all your movies.
And so what is my pick?
And Kelly's winner for the 2018 Director Broscars Awards goes to Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water.
Guess you don't know me as good as you think you
out!
do.
Get the fuck out of here!
That's
Don't
not
tell
who
me it's
I
not Guillermo del Toro.
It's not
This is a
Guillermo del
fucking
Toro.
Steve Harvey moment right now. What the hell have you done to the Broscar Awards?
It's not Guillermo. I
is
love
upsetting.
Guillermo's movie, but I think Patty Jenkins has to win it.
Patty Jenkins, Wonder Woman is greater than The Shape of Water.
Let me ask you this: did you not see the No Man's Land scene?
Absolutely beautiful scene.
Does that not bring you to tears? I've seen that movie 5 times, and it still brings me to tears. Or the scene when they bomb the village and she's running through and everything is very muted and she's seeing all these dead people and your heart's just breaking.
You should have stopped at the No Man's Land.
Stop, I'm not done. Or when Robin Wright dies. Now, granted, Robin Wright is a great actress, but I'm just going to assume that Patty Jenkins had some part in that as well.
Everyone, it's a collaboration for sure. I you know what? I agree with you. And it's because you haven't seen Mother yet. I understand why you picked Wonder Woman.
Ever.
But yes, the No Man's Land scene in Wonder Woman is more powerful than a majority of movies that did come out in 2017.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with you. Excellent choice, director Patty Jenkins. Congratulations. And of course, another congratulations to Darren Aronofsky for Mother.
But I do give Guillermo an honorary Broscar for Pan's Labyrinth.
It's no betrayal here, Guillermo.
No betrayal.
Papa Kelly and I still love you.
Of course. So much. Come be on my show.
Well, now he's not going to be. So the final category, it is Best Picture for the 2018 Broscar Awards. And there are 10 of them.
Ooh.
There are 10 of them.
We still have 10 things?
There are 10 Best Picture nominees.
All right. And your nominees are Get Out, Disaster Artist, The Shape of Water, The Lego Ninjago Movie, Mother, Dunkirk, Wonder Woman, Blade Runner 2049, Coco, and the Lego Batman Movie. And Daniel's winner is a Mother.
Mother, congratulations. The best movie you can watch in 2017. And the Broscar, a multiple, this is the 3rd or 4th, I've lost count, win this year for the Mother crew. So congratulations to Mother, my favorite movie of last year.
Oh, good for you.
Go buy it. Go fucking buy it, everyone.
And don't watch it because it's disturbing. Just buy it.
And Kelly's, I'm not even going to guess because I'm wrong.
What are you going to guess?
I'm not going to guess because I'm wrong. I'm going to be wrong. I'm not going to guess because I'm wrong.
How do you know? I want to hear your
guess
now.
The Brocade Core needs to know from you. I'm not going to. No, I was wrong from the last time.
Yeah, you were, but I want to hear your guess now.
No.
I want to hear it.
Tell
what do you think it is?
The directors, everyone's waiting now.
Tell me.
The Disaster Artist.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
You reminded me of that. Ain't no
pictures come out of Papa Kelly's hood. Now I've changed the line.
So, yes, you have. So yes, the Disaster Artist won because there were so many things that were they recreated scenes from The Room, and a lot of them were almost 100% exact recreations, and that's amazing. Do you know how much time that takes? So much time, and they did a great job. It was a great documentary of one of my favorite worst movies.
So that was your favorite movie of last year, was the Disaster Artist?
I did really, I think that they did a fantastic job and tried harder than some of the other movies. I do want to give a nod to Lego Batman. I love Lego Batman. It's one of my favorite movies, one of Leo's favorite movies. I love Wonder Woman. I love Shape of Water. There's a lot of great things out there.
Yeah, all of these are really, really good. Get Out was excellent as well.
Remember me, though I have to say goodbye, Mama Coco.
Dunkirk, of course.
Yes.
Lego Ninjago does not get enough recognition. That was really fucking good.
It was good.
But that does conclude our 2018 Broscar. You are the most beautiful one in the universe. Everyone can sing that to themselves now for each one of their awards and nominees. Look, if you're going to do the Olympics, I can do Miss Universe. I can do the Miss Universe theme song.
She's beauty and she's grace. She's Miss United States.
That may or may not be the official winner of this theme
that
song
was from
of all
Miss
these.
Congeniality.
And it ties in with movies.
Yes, it does, because it is a movie.
That's right. There you go. So congratulations to all of the nominees as well. That's a huge thing to be nominated for the 2018 Broscar Awards. And also for the winners, more importantly, as you were picked by Darth Vader Daniel, or even better, by the Emperor herself, Emperor Palpa Kelli.
It's the highest honor.
So all these categories: Best Picture, Director, Cinematography, Adapted Screenplay, Lead Actress, Lead Actor, Supporting Actress, Supporting Actor, and Animated Feature, and finally Visual Effects.
Wait, there's one more envelope here.
What? One more envelope? What's going on? You don't see that in any other fucking contest or
anything.
Academy, anything?
One more envelope here. This is for the super special Best Actor ever, and the winner is Daniel for Justice League.
Oh, damn. Yeah. My man.
So, yes, you did a great job in Justice League. As we all know, Momoa was your stunt double.
Yeah, this is an honorary. I actually did not see this coming.
Here it is.
This is not something
right.
I did not have a speech
prepared
either.
Here's your Broscar trophy.
My God.
It is my coffee cup that I finished.
Thank you so much. This is hefty too. Like you left me some coffee here. There's some weight to this.
It's mostly sugar and
Palpa
cream.
Kelli Award.
Yeah.
The Broscar. I really don't know what to say, everyone. I do want to thank. You will not, unless Palpa Kelli's playing the goodbye song. I want to thank the Brokehead Corps. I want to thank Palpa Kelli for picking me as the honorary award. Even though the Justice League was an awful film, the best parts of it were by myself and Mr. Stunt Double Jason Momoa, who's doing all of my interviews right now on the talk show. So give him huge thanks as well. Send him a tweet for going out and doing the footwork on that so that I can do the podcast for the week and the Broscars as well. So because of him, huge thanks as well to Jason Momoa. And I hope everyone enjoys the movie coming out later this year called Aquaman, which has with even more screen time of myself and Mr. Momoa. So we hope you enjoy that. What is bound to be even better than Justice League. And now you may play the song.
Na, 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 na.
I'm waving as I step off stage here. Bye. Thank you.
He's beauty and he's grace.
I am. I really am. That was a good surprise. Thank you. I appreciate that. That made my Broscars. Yeah, that was good.
So, guys, that does do it for the Broscars this year. Second annual Broscars. I think it was a hit. Lots of winners all around. If you purchased any of these movies, feel free to write a Broscar winner just right across the cover.
We did decals last year. There's going to be circle stickers this year.
Circle stickles. So there are circle stickles. Can't say it now. So plaster those on the covers because, yes, they are Broscar winners.
I did it last year. I'll do it this year. If you own the Blu-rays to any of the winners, I will send you a circle sticker to put on the cover, but only if you promise to put it on the cover of your Blu-ray, effectively, to some ruining it, to most increasing the value of that Blu-ray. And then you must send us a picture on Twitter or Facebook so that we can retweet it and or like it on everyththis
But that also does it for our podcast this week. So we covered a whole bunch of stuff. This was an extra long one, extra special.
Yeah, this year's Broscars gets the Broscar for best Broscar so far ever of all time.
The best Broscar.
Next year, when I don't fuck that up, it'll then be also the best Broscar of all time.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in for our show. As always, reach out to us on Facebook. Let us know what you thought of the Broscars this year, of the winners. Let us know what your favorite movies were of last year as well. So that's facebook.com/thereasonsimebroke. And on Twitter, we're at reasonsimebroke, at Palpa Kelli.
Thank you for tuning in this week. I'm Darth Vader Daniel.
And I'm your Emperor Palpa Kelli.
Brokehead Corps, all will be well.
We will see you next week.